All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem HaKadash, a double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. All right, first off, I want to say Shalom to the ones that push this word out in truth and sincerity, which are the apostles and elders on down to the brothers. And Shalom to the ones that endure this faith until the very end, until the time of Jacob's troubles, which are again the apostles and elders on down to the brothers and a few sisters. All right, so Shalom. So, I want to, do this, a quick video based on something that I've been thinking about, these, number one, how these Christians try to act like they, know the Lord, right? But first, it's the fact that they don't even read the scriptures, right? Because if they actually read the scriptures, they love the Lord with all their heart, right? And they know, how the Lord actually, is. In a way, in a sense, you can kind of say you somewhat know the Lord, but not actually know, right? Nobody really knows, what the Lord is going to do, right? But these Christians, man, they take it on a whole nother level, man. We can easily say, man, yeah, the Lord is not, what y'all think he is. That's an example of kind of knowing, right? Knowing the mysteries. But these people, man, they act like they know the Lord. God is going to do this. God is going to do that. God is going to, do me good next week and ordering some chicken boxes. That's not how that works. So, I want to get this scripture, and first, another thing, man, they claim that God is all love, man. God is not all love and prosperity, right? That's not how that works, man. You don't read the scriptures to know. This is Psalms 47:2. It says, "For the Lord Most High is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth." Right? So, as the brother in our camp, Ashan, he goes into this scripture a lot. Now what's in the word terrible is terror, which is not something good. And when you go into terrible in the script in the scripture, that's talking about feared, right? So the Lord Most High is the most feared king over all the earth. A lot of Christians don't understand that, right? Whenever since has he been, all love? Not only that, but the Lord is in charge of what? The Lord is in charge of everything, right? His son, Yahweh Shai, is in charge of what? The spiritual realm. Them demons that you see, or don't see, right? The demons that's out here, man, the demons that's on people, they on a whole nother level, right? Compared to what these people think. They're not out of order, man. They serve under Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, man. That shows, man, the Lord Most High is terrible, right? And the king over all the earth, meaning the king of everything, right? Them demons are under subjection unto Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, man. Even with these flames, man, you think them demons jump on them flames and them demons actually be into that? No. They're doing what they're commanded to do, right? They don't need to have no fetishes. That's just a prime example. Or the ones that have a demon of gluttony, they don't actually need to eat. They're just doing what they're meant to do, right? They're doing what they're commanded to do. But yet they give credit unto Satan all the time. When things go bad, when things go wrong, they say, oh, it's the devil. Right now it's a thunderstorm. They say, oh, it's the devil beating his wife. Right. That's the problem, man. People take the credit away from the Lord, and then they give all the credit unto the devil. And then they make the Lord seem like the loving person. He's all love and peace, and that's not how that works. Right? The Lord is above that. So, I want to get this scripture. This is Ecclesiastes. I don't know why my phone crashing. This is Ecclesiastes 11:5. It says, "As thou knowest not what is the way of the spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child, even so thou knowest not the works of Yahweh who maketh all. Right? So what is that saying, man? We don't know the way of the spirit, right? That's why that scripture, it says, think not above thy strength. When you try to think of what God is going to do the next day, and that's why we say by the Lord's will, right? Or abaratazah. We don't say, God is going to do me good tomorrow and get me some pork chops, and no. That's why the scriptures say, man, boast not for tomorrow. Because y'all trying to act like y'all know the Lord. Y'all don't. Nobody does. Right? The Lord is above everything. So it says, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child, even so thou knowest not the works of Yahweh who maketh all. Right? So we don't know the works of the Most High. Right? You can't predict the Lord. These Christians try to say that they try to claim that they do. When they say, I'm saved in the Lord. You're not saved, man. You don't know that. Right? The Lord is what ordains, what your fate is, man. The Lord, you don't know. So by the Lord's will, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakah HaKodash, and Shalom.